Hi everyone, my name is Udoka Inwang, and I'm here today to share with you something dear to my heart, something amazing, and it's purpose, business, and career. Now, this is so dear to me because it's something I've sat on for a long period of time, call it over a decade. It's something I've come to realize that it's not just myself who's going through this, but several other persons, and I've decided to share my story and also walk you through some of the steps that I took personally and I'm still taking that has helped me this far. And the big question around this is always purpose. What is purpose? It's something that it took me so long, to even really get on track. You might never have an immediate end to it. Something that we keep searching, we keep pursuing, we keep executing at different levels and layers. So there is no fixation of whatever it is exactly, but just that you could have clarity on it, and it helps put you on a pathway or a trajectory, which is what I'm currently doing. And I've always felt that I should wait, or I should have waited till, I have this sort of completeness around it before I get to talk about this thing. But one day I said to myself, I think I should start sharing the story at whatever level it is that I am with everyone who cares to listen, and put it out there, and hopefully it helps one or two persons or individuals, to also begin to put themselves on track, right? Especially in today's world, in this age, where there is so much distractions. We find a lot of people into content production on social medias. We find people doing crazy things, a lot of crazy things, in the idea of just trying to have some sort of popularity online, and they end up doing things that they wouldn't have done because they want to make money, and in making money they are ready to do any crazy stupid thing that they don't care what are the repercussions or consequences. And I've always felt that so many of the frivolities today is as a result of young people not being clear on who they are and what they were naturally designed for. Right. So I feel like getting to share my own story and working you guys through my own journey would help provide some clarity to some of you. And I'll also be looking forward to, hearing often from you guys, because I'm going to be doing these on a weekly basis, putting out videos, but I'll be putting out the frameworks in bits through my Facebook, Instagram, X accounts, and also my Medium platform. I'll be sharing the frameworks on a weekly basis as I engage or start this journey. But most importantly, I'll be putting out this video once a week to share my story, right? And I feel like it's time to talk about this. Whether you're a student, whether you're a graduate, student that's an undergraduate, whether you're in high school, you need to understand this. You need to in some way ask yourself this pertinent and very important question. Why am I here? What am I designed to do? What's my purpose? You could look at it from a practical standpoint, from a spiritual standpoint, from whatever standpoint you want to look at it, but you just have to figure it out. And over the years, I felt like there are certain things that, if looked at keenly, would help you to start answering this question and would help put you on track, right? A lot of people don't know this. So I'm going to be looking at how do you align this purpose once you figured it out? How do you align it with either business or career? So even if you're already on a career that, your purpose is not aligned with that, how can you still find and execute purpose in that, whether in business, whether in career? Because you could start out with your purpose for those who were fortunate enough to discover it early. But what if you're already doing something that doesn't really resonate with what you really love to do or what you're passionate about? How do you still discover, find, and execute purpose in that circumstance? would talk about that. I would share my own story. I would share the frameworks weekly on how that can be done. But most importantly, I feel like it's time to look at it from a practical standpoint, right? It's not by luck, it's not by chance. Those who found it early were fortunate enough to get into an environment or had parents who guided them and put them on track from when they were kids, and they stayed on it. But not everyone had such an environment growing up to have someone guide them, put them on track, right? Some of us had to do a lot of trials and error, a lot of experimentations to get to the point where we finally said, this is it. And it's something at the very basic level, it is something that you're willing to sacrifice everything for. So just to put it up front and, give like sort of a spoiler alert, whatever it is that you're willing to sacrifice everything for, that's one of the key things that will trigger and will give you like a light bulb moment. This might be it. Whatever it is that there are no external things granted you when doing it. For example, payments for whatever you have to do, whatever it is that would keep you throughout the night awake without feeling like you're doing a job or you're working. But it keeps on inspiring you, keep getting motivated, and you're happy every single moment you do this. Those are the light bulb moments that gets to trigger this might just be it. So we're going to be having this. It's going to be a long ride. We're going to be having this conversation. And like I said, there is a framework I have and I would share with you. But it's high time we ask ourselves the question, why am I here? What am I designed to do? How can my natural design, my circumstances, and my contributions to the world equate to purpose? How do I put these three things together? It's a question you need to ask yourself. You might need to pause for a moment to think about it. Most people don't even realize they have to think about this and really figure out, what are you designed to do naturally? It is in there. Everyone has it in there. No one is excluded. There's no exclusivity to this. Everyone has that thing in there. You just have to figure it out. So I feel like for me, it's time I share this. A lot of people have their own stories, and I'll be looking forward to hearing your stories as well. And yeah, so this is just me putting out there that this is going to be a fun time. And I believe it's the outcomes, of course, which is very obvious, is that most of you would be able to figure out things that probably were lying dormant all this while within you, and you'd leverage on those natural, skill sets, those natural, some call it gifts, some call it talent, and you'd exercise it, start exercising, you start working on it, and you develop it to the point that you could monetize it. Purpose was given to sustain you financially. It wasn't meant to just be done. In fact, it sustains you financially more than any other thing. Because reason being that you're doing it genuinely to help others. And whatever you do genuinely to help another person succeed pays you more. And that's a fact. Paying you more in the sense that pays you more physically, spiritually, morally, whatever way you want to look at it. It gives you the highest level of satisfaction and fulfillment any man could find on earth. So I look forward to this series, which is Purpose, Business, and Career with Udoka Inwang. Thank you so much, and do have a beautiful time.